Recently, Jim Morand recorded his 9,000th career victory. Now, that's something only 15 reinsmen in all of harness racing history have ever done. Let's talk with Jim Morand, who is home based right here in Delaware. Jimmy, we are going to start off the interview with a question that takes place many, many moons ago. How you got into the business, because I know as a child you were into horses, but it wasn't really harness horses at first, right?
No, we had a farm in Michigan, and I used to just show horses. I never even messed with the race horses, and after a while I got tired of trophies and ribbons and needed money, so I moved into the race horses. My stepdad had a farm there, Jerry Bookmeyer, and he did really well, and so I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, like you fell in love with the sport. You were doing some kind of work study in high school, is that right? It was like on like Donkey Kong, you know what I mean? Like you fell into it and loved it.
When I was in 11th and 12th grade, I was driving horses, going to school, go half a day of school and go to the barn and work, and then race at night.
You mentioned Jerry, and I know he's been a huge influence on your career. And it's kind of interesting because one of the reasons you really took off in the beginning was an accident concerning him. Is that correct?
Yeah, he had a nice stable of horses, and he was going to post parade and got kicked, got his arm dislocated or something like that, and I took over the stable driving it, and he had some good horses.
So you were doing really well. I guess that's out in the Midwest. You said Michigan. You raced other states as well, or?
Well, I first started racing in Ohio at Northfield.
And then you moved to Maryland. So what gets you to move from Ohio to Maryland?
Well, there's a couple trainers that come out to Rosecroft to try it, and Doug Hinklin, Gary Martin, a few of them I was driving for, so I come out and give it a try.
Then you make the move to Delaware, and you have been here at least 10 years, right?
I would say closer to 12.
Okay. And on top of moving here and doing so well between Dover Downs and Harrington Raceway, you also have a family now in Delaware, which is really cool. Tell me about your family.
Yeah, I got 3 kids. My daughter's birthday's today, Olivia. She's 8 years old. And the boys are 12 and 14 now. And we just look somewhere for nice schools for them. And had some nice schools here for the kids, so that was part of our move here.
I'm glad you mentioned that because when I was jotting down some questions about that, I was thinking, Delaware is such a great place to raise a family. So I know that had to have been definitely an influence for you. You have driven a lot of really, really great horses. Pine Chip, Key of Hanover. Didn't you beat Beach Towel with Key of Hanover? Is that correct?
Yeah, we beat them a couple times.
I need to get my stats straight.
They're in the stretch. They're on a drive for the wire. CKS is bringing them down. Key of Hanover on the outside. It's CKS. Key of Hanover now putting a neck on top. It's Key of Hanover in the first division.
Do you have a favorite horse ever that you've driven? And it doesn't have to be a world champion. I don't know if there's a horse that's maybe even sentimental to you.
Oh, I've driven so many nice horses, it's hard to say. I mean, I just like driving the fast ones.
That's a really good answer. That might be one of the best answers I've ever heard when I've asked that question. What feels better, the first career win or the 9,000th career win?
That first career win, I don't remember that one too. That was been a long time ago.
So it's the one that you remember the best?
Well, the last one. That's about the best one, yeah.
Did you feel any differently? I know sometimes when you hit a milestone as far as birthdays, if it's like 16, 21, 30, something like that, somebody will say, wow, I actually feel a little bit different. When you hit 9,000, that's gigantic. That's big. There's only 15 guys in all of harness racing history that have ever hit 9,000 wins. Did you feel differently after you crossed the finish line?
I was glad it was done with. It just seemed like it took forever these last couple weeks to get them.
It always seems that way, doesn't it? You're so close, and it's like, when is that going to happen? Well, your family was here, and they were so excited about it, I know, out in the winner's circle with you. I'm really excited for you, too. I think you're a fabulous driver, and I know a lot of people were rooting you on. And thanks for being on the show, and thanks for being in Delaware.
All right, well, thank you.
In here, it probably goes without saying that number 2, Remus Blue Chip, will cross the wire first with driver Jim Morand at the controls. In this event featuring a field of 8 Delaware-owned or bred claiming pacers heading behind the gate.
They're off. Rusty's Gamble, Remus Blue Chip, farther out, Bagel Man toward the inside, Ideal Beach Day. They make the way to the first turn. Remus Blue Chip with Rusty's Gamble. Bagel Man going to get in there third in front of Ideal Beach Day. Then it's Uncanny Reward, who got away fifth. Racing up in sixth is Moody's Way. The trailers are Tricky Jake, Skyscape, Tara Mickett. They're midway up the backstretch. Remus Blue Chip, a two-lane leader. Sitting in second, that's Rusty's Gamble, followed by Bagel Man. Three more lengths. That's Ideal Beach Day and Uncanny Reward. 28 and 150 opening quarter for Remus Blue Chip, who's got a two-lane lead. Rusty's Gamble got away in second. Bagel Man got in there third in front of Ideal Beach Day. Then it's Uncanny Reward, followed by Moody's Way. Trailers, Tricky Jake, Skyscape, Tara Mickett. They come over toward the half, and it's Remus Blue Chip maintaining the lead. It's 2 lanes over Rusty's Gamble. Bagel Man is there third. About 3 lanes back to Ideal Beach Day. Uncanny Reward is next. Up the inside is Moody's Way. Tight quarters for Moody's Way there as they went into that clubhouse turn. Back to the rail is Uncanny Reward. They go to the backstretch, and it's Remus Blue Chip, Rusty's Gamble, and Bagel Man. The rest are far back right now, and they're racing up the backstretch. Remus Blue Chip with Rusty's Gamble sitting right there, 2 lanes to Bagel Man. And then it's about 5 to Ideal Beach Day. Up into 5th, that's Tricky Jake, Skyscape, 125 and 1. And getting away now is Remus Blue Chip. Opens up 3 lanes. Rusty's Gamble followed by Bagel Man, and they're at the top of the stretch. 9,000 on the line as they come off the turn. Remus Blue Chip and Jim Morand. This is a familiar sight for the 9,000th time. Remus Blue Chip and Jim Morand. Put the whip up in the air, Jimmy.
Remus Blue Chip wins in 153 and 2 for owner-trainer Brenda Teague. Steering the 6-year-old to that wire-to-wire victory was Jim Morand, who celebrates win number 9,000 with a commemorative sign from Harrington Raceway. Way to go, Jimmy! We are cheering you on to rack up many more firsts on your resume.